Tiffany here with the Party of Six. Are you thinking about homeschooling? Today I'm going to share with you 5 things that we did after we decided to homeschool. Number 1 is a big one. Number 1 is I went to our state of Florida and I went through everything. I went through all of the records, all of the requirements, so that I knew what I had to do on my part in order to homeschool and what I had to keep track of. We had to do a letter of intent to homeschool to our board, the school that our kids would go to if they were going to public school. And then I went through and I looked through all of the laws, all of the requirements. You know, how many days do I have to count? Or do I have to count days? Do you have to count hours? Every state is different in what they require. So research all of the rules and the laws that you have for your state. That's number 1. Number 2, I went to some good friends who I knew were either homeschooling or had homeschooled, and I took a notebook with me and I asked lots of questions. I asked what curriculum they used. Both of them showed me their curriculum. What planner did you use? What did your normal day look like? All of those questions that you as a first-time homeschooler have. Like, how can I do this? Can I do this? You can. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. We have 4 kiddos. I'm not a teacher. That was not my specialty in college. You can do it if I can do it. Number 3, social media. I went onto Facebook and I started searching for groups like curriculum, Florida homeschool. We live in Orlando, so I started searching, okay, Orlando homeschool moms, that kind of thing. I also went and looked for different curriculum that I had heard about from my homeschool moms and went to their Facebook groups and asked to join them. One of the ones that we use and I was looking into was ABOUT, Sunlight, My Father's World, Master Books. I started going to their Facebook groups to get added to them so that I could learn more about their curriculum. Number 4. I then went onto YouTube and started searching videos like this one. So make sure you subscribe because I have a lot more good content coming. And then I also started searching things like the curriculum. So I'd seen some from my friends, I'd seen some in the Facebook groups. So I wanted to see them on YouTube because I couldn't actually hold all of them in my hands, right? And you want to make the right decision. Also, one thing that's very important when I started choosing curriculum after we decided to homeschool was prayer. I prayed over each one, for God to lead me to the one that He wanted us to use for our family, or lead me away from the ones that He didn't want us to use. So prayer was a big part in all of this. So one woman who has fantastic videos on curriculum, and she's very thorough and unbiased, is Rebecca Spooner. I'll put the link in the description below. She has a YouTube channel called Homeschool On. So make sure you check her out because she is very good about explaining all of the curriculum and letting you see it as she goes through it. We also have a video that we have done, Montessori Math, that gives you a look into that, and we'll put that also in the link. Number 5. So after I narrowed it down to certain curriculums that I was thinking about and praying about, I went to their websites, and a lot of them allow you to look through the books on there. A lot of them will give you free samples. Some of the ones that we looked at were Master Books, which we use, My Father's World, Sunlight, ABOUT, Apologia, teaching textbooks, Gather Round Homeschool, Not Grass History, Montessori Math, Not Consumed, which has a lot of good Bible stories that we currently use. I use the Daily Grace Co. to incorporate music into our homeschool by using their hymnals and their hymn studies because it gives you all the information about the hymn and then gives you the hymn. So those have been great so that I can incorporate that into our homeschool routine. Matthew C. Apologia is fantastic for their science and for their Bible, and it is solid biblically, and it teaches your children how to defend their faith, not just, yeah, I'm a Christian, but to be able to say why you're a Christian and why you believe in God and who He is. So those are some of the ones that we looked into. Christian Light is another one. So those are just some of the ones that we looked at. There are a lot out there. Just make sure that you do your research, get in some Facebook groups, get on their websites, subscribe, and check out our videos, and then check out other videos so that you can see and then make some good connections with other homeschool moms. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If I can help in any way, I will. It's such a blessing to homeschool. It has really been so good for our family in so many ways, and I want you to be encouraged. I have hard days, and you will have hard days, but at the end of the day, it was the right choice to make. We prayed about it. We believe that God has called us to do this. And so that's our why. Make sure that you write down your why and why you want to homeschool so that you can refer back to that, because on those hard days, you can go back to that and be like, you know what, you're right. It's not about me. God has this. He's called me to do it. So of course it's going to succeed, right? Because his plan is way bigger and more grand than mine. So he knows what he's doing, and I am just being used for him for his glory. So if you have any questions, please let us know, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and we'll see you real soon.